Stop waiting for your emotional state to align with your goals. Life does not work that way. Feelings are unstable. They change with fatigue, with the weather, with yesterday's frustration, with tomorrow's uncertainty. Trying to build a solid life on something so volatile is a losing strategy. Progress demands something more reliable. It demands action. If you wait until you feel ready, confident, inspired, or secure, you will remain still while time continues moving forward without you. Life does not pause to accommodate your mood. It responds only to what you do. It has always been this way. Not talent, not luck, not perfect timing. Movement. The world rewards action, not intention. It responds to consistent effort, not emotional readiness. This truth is simple and uncomfortable. You do not need to feel good to do good work. You do not need full clarity to take the next step. You do not need confidence to begin. Those things arrive after action, not before. This is not a call to suppress emotion. It is a call to stop obeying it. Feelings are poor leaders. They magnify fear, exaggerate discomfort, and argue for ease when growth is required. Discipline does not ask how you feel. It asks what needs to be done, and then it does it. The person who learns to move despite doubt, fatigue, and resistance gains an advantage that cannot be taken away. While others wait for the right moment, you build momentum. While others hesitate, you advance. This message is about responsibility. It is about courage. It is about choosing action as your default response. No matter the state of your mind, the decision changes everything. Act first. Let feelings try to catch up later. Act before motivation. Action is not something that comes after motivation. Action is a choice made before motivation appears. This is where most people get stuck. They wait for the spark, for the right energy, for the perfect mood. But those states are not the starting point, they are the result. Movement creates momentum. Momentum creates emotion. Emotion follows effort, never the other way around. How many times have you said, "I'll start when I feel ready"? Ready for what? To feel less fear? To feel confident? To feel inspired? Those feelings do not arrive on schedule. They appear when you prove, through action, that you can move without them. Action is the switch. You turn it on first. The lights come on later. Every meaningful change begins with discomfort. The first step feels heavy. The second still feels awkward. But something shifts once you begin moving. The mind quiets. The body adapts. Emotions start aligning with what you are doing. This is not luck. It is biology. We feel better after we act, not before. Waiting on feelings is dangerous because feelings protect comfort. They will tell you that you are tired, unprepared, overwhelmed, or unmotivated. Sometimes that is true, but it is never an order. You can act while tired. You can act while afraid. You can act without motivation. Action does not require confidence. It requires direction. You do not need to fully believe in yourself. You only need to decide the next correct step and execute it. Confidence is built on evidence. Evidence is created through action. Every small step becomes proof that you are capable, reliable, and stronger than you think. Stop negotiating with comfort. Comfort does not shout. It whispers. It sounds reasonable. It tells you to slow down, to rest a little longer, to wait for a better moment. It never says, quit forever. It says, not today. And that is why it is dangerous. A repeated not today becomes a habit. A habit becomes a lifestyle. Every time you sit down to do something important, the negotiation begins. Do it later. You deserve a break. You've already done enough. These thoughts seem logical, but they are not neutral. They exist to keep you exactly where you are. Comfort does not care about your future. It cares about familiarity. Progress begins the moment you end the conversation. Effective action does not come from winning internal debates. It comes from refusing to debate. The longer you negotiate, the weaker your resolve becomes. Energy leaks through hesitation. Decisive action is fast and firm. Comfort conditions you to confuse ease with safety. But growth has never been safe in that sense. Growth is unknown. The discomfort you feel before starting is not a warning. It is the price of entry. Pay it. Move forward. Strong people do not feel less resistance. They simply do not listen to it. They do not ask, "Do I feel like it?" They ask, "What did I commit to?" Decide once and execute without discussion. One of the fastest ways to drain your energy is to make the same decision repeatedly. Reopening commitments erodes discipline. Every time you reconsider, you give control back to emotion. Decide once, with clarity, with intention, then remove the option to reconsider. When execution becomes automatic, energy is preserved. You stop wasting mental strength on inner arguments. Discipline is not about pushing harder, it is about deciding less. When the decision is already made, action becomes simple. Every time you change your mind, you weaken your internal authority. But when you execute regardless of mood, you build real trust with yourself. Not loud confidence, quiet confidence. Fewer choices, fewer excuses, more movement. Deciding once closes the door to hesitation. It replaces hesitation with habit. Do the work while doubt is present. Doubt appears the moment you decide to grow. It is not a signal to stop. It is the sound of the mind encountering something new. If you wait for doubt to disappear, you will wait forever. Clarity is not a prerequisite for action. Progress creates clarity. Confidence grows through repetition, not reflection. Doubt weakens when you move forward. Do not try to silence it with arguments. Outrun it with action. Every worthwhile path begins without guarantees. Life reveals the next step only after you complete the current one. Doubt is not proof of incapability. It is proof of expansion. When doubt appears, focus on the next action, not the entire journey. Action anchors you in the present. The present is where control exists. Train yourself to move under resistance. Resistance is not an obstacle placed in your way. It is the training ground. The moment you commit to something meaningful, resistance shows up. Fatigue, distraction, a sudden urge to do anything else. This is not a sign that something is wrong. It is proof that what you are doing matters. Resistance is not a command. It is a sensation. And sensations can be tolerated. This is not about aggression. It is about consistency. Show up when it is inconvenient. Move when it feels heavy. Resistance peaks just before progress. Once you start, momentum takes over. Do not aim to eliminate resistance. Learn to function in its presence. This is how character is built. Build self-respect through daily execution. Self-respect is not created through thought. It is created through behavior. Every promise kept strengthens internal trust. It does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be consistent. Small daily actions outweigh occasional big intentions. You become reliable by doing what you said you would do, especially when no one is watching. Self-esteem grows from integrity. Function on bad days. Bad days are not the exception. They are part of the process. Do not let mood determine effort. On good days, push harder. On bad days, do the minimum, but do something. The minimum preserves momentum. Stopping completely teaches the mind that discomfort controls you. Bad days are training days. Replace motivation with systems. Motivation is unstable. Systems are reliable. Disciplined people do not rely on willpower. They rely on structure. Fewer decisions, less friction, more consistency. Structure creates motivation, not the other way around. Monotonous progress is real progress. Take responsibility without drama. Life is not fair. Waiting for fairness is wasted time. Responsibility is not blame, it is control. When you own your response, you regain power. Stop waiting for validation. Act because action is required. Problems become tasks. Setbacks become data. Responsibility strengthens you. Become the person who acts. There comes a point where action stops being something you do and becomes something you are. You no longer react. You act. Reliability outperforms talent. Consistency outperforms emotion. When action becomes identity, progress becomes inevitable. Life responds to what you do, not how you feel. Choose action, choose consistency, choose to move forward, regardless. Stop trying to understand yourself and start governing yourself. Many people spend their lives trying to understand themselves, why they feel stuck, why they lose focus, why motivation fades. Understanding without action changes nothing. You do not need complete self-understanding to behave correctly. You need self-governance, not endless analysis. Life improves when you stop asking, "Why am I like this?" and start asking, "What needs to be done now?" Clarity comes from movement, not overthinking. Do not confuse self-awareness with self-control. Awareness without control is passive observation. Naming fear does not weaken it. Action does. Self-control means deciding behavior before emotion decides for you. Strong people do not feel less. They allow feelings less authority. When you act, life responds. Life does not respond to intention. It responds to movement. Action creates feedback. Execution creates information. Even failure teaches. Stagnation teaches nothing. Life communicates with those who move. The silence of real progress. Real progress is quiet, unseen, unglamorous. It happens in repetition, in ordinary days, in invisible effort. Those who understand this continue. Those who seek validation quit. Those who act do not need motivation. Motivation is required when identity is weak. Those who act ask, "What does someone like me do next?" That question removes emotion from the center and places character in command. Action as self-respect. Discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect. Acting when it would be easier not to act is loyalty to your future self. Execution builds stability, not excitement. Stability lasts. Final truth. Life does not respond to intentions. It responds to action. Feelings change. Mood shifts. Energy fluctuates. Action builds. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop negotiating with comfort. Stop asking for emotional permission. Decide. Execute. Repeat. Your future is shaped by what you do next, not by how you feel now. Choose action. Choose consistency. Choose forward movement, no matter what.